What's up, everybody? Mike B here with Bombero Bus, and today we're going to be putting in some door cards or door panels, whichever one you want to call them. If you don't know, I've been working on the inside of Roxanne, putting up panels and stuff, and one of the last things to do is to get these door panels in. So it's going to give it a more finished look. I ordered them from Wolfberg West, along with a couple of other things. They came in an orderly fashion and appear to be of pretty good quality. So let's get to it. So there's the door panels, door cards, whatever you want to call them. We just got them in the mail. Black vinyl. Went ahead and got these, I don't know what they're called, these little clips. And some of these, I'll show you how those go in. Once I figure it out, we've gone ahead and taken off the handles and one of the window rollers. And then go in, Roxanne here, so you see how it is now. Basically, it's just gonna help the finish look. Like I said, none of this was in here. This was all just stripped out, and I've been working on it. And one of the last things to do is get these door cards in, kind of give it a finished look. Got the door cleaned off pretty good. I'm gonna try to use some of this Scotch Extremely Strong mounting tape. It seems to be pretty strong. It holds tools and stuff like that on the wall. I don't know if I have enough, so I'm gonna check it out, and I might be ripping this down the middle. I don't see that the strip needs that big. And if I have to touch it up on the outsides with some, other type of tape, I don't mind doing that. But this is what I was talking about when I said I wanted to use the strip caulk, but they didn't have that, and my time is limited, so we're gonna go for this. So the 3M tape went on pretty good. It was really sticky, and it adheres to that door with no problem. That's what it looks like. What I did was I got this is about 4mm Bisqueen, but what it was for is putting a rug in and transporting it when you move. So it had little holes in it for the rug could breathe, and that's not what we want for a vapor barrier. So we put some of that tape on it here too on the inside. It's actually gonna seal it up, waterproof it, and also I hope give it a little extra stick on the door wherever it may need it, so it's not going to be a problem. We're going to try to stick it on there now. All right, it's stuck on the tape. It's got overlay. Now we're going to cut it out. Okay, we've cut the overlay off. It's looks like this is going to work, because man, you press that vapor barrier up on that tape and it is stuck, but it did have some wiggle room, and mostly on the side of the tape that is touching the door, man, that stuck really good. So I think this is going to work just fine. It let us pull it nice and taut, without any big bubbles or having to make two pieces. And then remember I said there were holes in the vapor barrier because we were going to use it's for a rug and it could breathe. We put some of that tape on the inside, and it even helped it to stick in some extra places on the door, and it's waterproof, so looks like it's going to work. We're going to get to work on the clips now. So now these grommets and clips have to go in. It was highly recommended to use these grommets. I think these clips on their own will fit inside that hole right there, but it was highly recommended to get these grommets. So that's what we're doing. We've looked across the top, and each one of these holes does line up with one of them on the dashboard. So we're going to put these grommets in like that. Went and popped in there real easy, but what we think is it's probably better to put the clips in the door and then put the whole panel up and just pop those in. That's how it probably goes. So if you're looking at this grommet, you can see there's a little collar, and you got to make sure it's pushed in good enough that that collar pops through the door and sits snug. If you see that little bitty flange there, so let's pop this one in. You can see we've gone around, popped in all the rest of the grommets. It's looking good. We got this last one. I'm going to show you what I mean. So yeah, you could just push it in, but you got to make sure that that collar really seats inside of there, and that feels like it did. So onto the door, we're going to put the clips on it. Okay, the clips are in. So we're going to try to pop it into those grommets. So there it is going on. You can see what happens. The clip that we put on is going to go in that grommet and pop right in. And then basically it's just a wrestling match of making your way around it, making sure each clip is lined up, and then popping it in. But there you can see it starting to take some shape. That on these panels, these were pre-cut around the door handle, and where the roller is going to go for the window, there is the handle for opening and closing the door, and it's right here. It's pre-cut. It's just that the vinyl is on top of it, but it's already opened up on the other side, where all we'll have to do is screw right through that. All right, there it is. That is the way you do it. So that vapor barrier idea worked really well with that tape. I'm almost glad that I didn't find the probably more expensive strip caulk. That worked really good. That vapor barrier is locked in, nice and taut and strong. So that is the way to go. We got the grommets put in the door first, and then we put the clips on the panel, and we just popped them in, made our way around, and there it is. It's giving it a very finished look. So we're gonna get the knobs on and start the other side, but if we don't show it, you pretty much get the idea of what's going on. There's the other one. And to finish it off, we wanted to put the handles back. We talked about that earlier. I really like the look. I just don't have the inserts yet for the lock handle, but I'll get those eventually. But for now, at least you got something to grab to open and close the door. And we thought those would just drill or screw in, but they don't. There's a little cutting you got to do, so I'm gonna show you how we did it on the other side. On the other side, I've already cut one, and you can see they give you a heads up as to where you got to make your cut, and it lines up pretty good with what's going on back there. But you can push in and feel this indentation. It's pretty easy to trace with a razor knife, so you just want to feel for that and run your razor knife across there and cut that rectangle out. Be careful. You don't want to cut that whole section away of the vapor barrier that's back there, so just score it with your razor knife and get just this vinyl layer off, and then there's another layer of like a cloth behind it, and you can gently cut that away too. And don't forget that your vapor barrier is right back there behind it. So you're gonna puncture through it anyway to get the handle in, and puncture through it where the one screw goes in. But you probably don't want to just cut a big wide square back there and have that big of a hole in your vapor barrier. So be aware of that. All right, it's done. Didn't seem to be too terribly difficult, and it definitely complements the other interior work that I've been doing. So if this helped you at all, please feel free to like and subscribe. If not, leave some comments. Tell us what we could do better. we're always willing to learn. And of course, thanks for watching.